Okay guys, I think I have this working. I'm going to try and do this little video for you about using filters and different stuff on your phone. So I'm just going to open up my little photography tab here. And as you can see, I have a whole bunch. Like I use Rona a little bit, Pick Play Post I use. Aviary is what I'm going to talk about today. iMovie, I use that all the time to make my video clips. That's what I always use. I find that really easy. WordSwag or Typorama has been kind of good. Um, you know, I kind of play around with a whole bunch of them. I do have a whole bunch. You don't need that many by any stretch. They're just kind of fun to have. Beauty Plus I use a lot, and I'll show you that today too. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to click open my app, and hopefully these will come up. Okay, so let's just take this picture here. So that picture is actually taken in front of a window, so it's pretty good. But I like to brighten it up a little bit more. So here I'm going to go into the Adjust tab, and I'm just going to click that brightness, and I'm going to brighten it up just a tiny little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to click. And then I am going to click Apply. Okay, and then I'm going to go to effects, and there are like so many effects on this app. It's ridiculous. You can get really lost and waste a lot of time. So my suggestion, just get a couple. They don't have to be crazy. Just get whatever appeals to you visually and just use them over and over and over again. It kind of gives you a brand to your pictures. So I generally tend to use either this one, Magic, or sometimes I use that one as well, which is called Dean. But like there's tons. I've got a few different ones here. And sometimes depending on your picture, you'll use different ones. When I use food, they actually have an actual food app that I do use if I've got food. But anyways, most of the time I use this one called Magic. So there we go, Magic her up. I click Apply, and then I'm going to scroll over to the blur button. So this is what everyone's been asking me about. So the blur button, I literally check that biggest circle, and then I take my finger, that's my finger doing that with the cursor on my phone, and I blur out the edges. And that is all I've been doing with that. My tip for that, you guys, is if you're going to blur out the edges, make sure you do it like nicely. Like make sure you get all those edges blurred. I've seen kind of some done that maybe isn't, not necessarily from our team, but that maybe isn't, it's done too quickly and there's not enough attention to detail. And maybe that's just my type A personality, but I kind of like it, to make sure if it's blurred, it's for real blurred, if that makes any sense at all. So that's all I do there. I kind of blur things. Like sometimes I go right in and just like literally kind of outline my body. So like everything is blurred, and I probably would have left my arm out if I did that. And sometimes I just do the corners. So I mean, it depends what you want. So then I would click Apply. The odd time I would click Sharpness and just like add the tiniest bit of sharpness to it. But that really depends. So that is all I do in the Aviary app. I'm just going to cancel this out, and I want to show you one other little trick in this app. So I'm going to take that picture again. So quickly, I would click my brightness. I'd brighten it up a little bit. Click Apply. Click Effects. Got my favorite. Click Apply. And then you could also use this focus button. So you can literally take that and say I just wanted to focus on my face and apply that. So it makes a softer blur around the edges, but you can use that focus button as well. I tend to use this blur button more than the focus button, but you know what? You just do what you got to do. Okay, so we blur this out. I don't want to take too much time here. Blur this all out. Click Apply, click Save, click Done. Okay, so really that would be fine. Like it's pretty good. I hope that worked. Where'd that go? Okay, there it is. It's there. Okay, so then I tend to then go to my Beauty Plus app. So Beauty Plus, and then, I don't know, this is probably a couple bucks. I bought it a long time ago. I use it quite often. Okay, so you click Beautify. And then I'm going to find that picture, which is always usually your first one. I'm going to click beautify. And then I'm just going to use that auto button on the edge. And I have it set pretty low. Like you can literally go way down there and look pretty smooth. That's too smooth for me. Like when I look at that, I'm like, oh my gosh, Michelle, you do not look like that. So I take her down. I really have it in the like, I don't know, there's numbers that go, I have it pretty low. I just don't like it too wild and crazy. So I'd click the check mark to check that off. And oftentimes, it doesn't look so bad in this picture here, but oftentimes underneath my, like my left eye, I have a big bag under my eye when I smile a certain way. So sometimes I will take that firm button, okay, and I'll just like enlarge this a little bit. And then all you do is kind of swerve underneath there and it'll smooth that out. Again, like please use caution with that because I have seen some people do that and they just look so funny. Like all of a sudden they have no wrinkles. Well, I'm 42. I'm fine with having some wrinkles. Like it's no big deal. But sometimes that one just doesn't look very attractive. So I usually fix that one. If my mouth was open, I would definitely use the whiten teeth. Like for sure I would do that. My teeth are stained from too much red wine, I'm sure. Too much red wine and coffee. And then the other one that I tend to use sometimes is brighten. So you can go click that brighten button and it brightens up your eyes. So, I mean, I, again, don't do full bore on that. I just kind of do a little bit just to brighten it up. And that's it. That is it. Like, honestly, I can do that stuff so quickly. It's crazy how fast I do it. And that's really all. Like, those are the two that I'm using all the time now. The Aviary app and Beauty Plus. I haven't been putting many words on my pictures lately. That was like last year for me. And that I love it. Like I still love words on your pictures. I really do. I think it's awesome. What I think you should do is be consistent. So last year, pretty much all my pictures had words on them. You know, like I did it all the time. This year, I'm going to blur everything, or for the next few months anyways. What I try to do is I find something, I like it, I stick to it. So it looks like my brand. I continue on. And I am not the best at this by any stretch. Like if you want good photography, go talk to Darlene. Like that's our photographer. I'm just trying to work with what I have, which is a 6 Plus phone, some windows, and some books to prop my camera up on. You know, I don't have anything special, but I do know that you need that bright light. I do know that if I'm going to attract people to my page, my pictures need to look bright and clear and be beautiful. So I try to enhance them a little bit with things that I have been using right now. As you can see, my phone is full. You know, I've got tons of other stuff that I've bought and really wasted money on. Like you can see down here, Piclay Pro. I don't even know what that is. Like, I've bought a lot of these things, but you know what? I just tend to use the same thing over and over again because it's easy. But yeah, you can see there's so many different ones that you can try. I've got tons of stuff here. I said on the call today I would try Snapseed. I haven't got to that. I'm going to try it and work with it because it would be kind of cool if both the Aviary stuff and the Beauty Plus stuff was all on one thing. So that's what I use for my pictures. My iPhone or my iMovie is what I always use for creating movies. Always. So, I mean, if you're wondering what I use, that is what I use. I find this so easy. Click movie. And I find it easy on my phone. I do not find it easy on my computer. This was a video Delaney and I did, so you click it, you click create movie. Like, I just think this is so easy. Easy. Like, there she is. I can literally take that little bit of her. Oh, I don't want to see me moving anything, so I can take that little bit of her, click it, split it, get rid of me moving the table. You know, like, you can just do so much. You can... Oh, there we are. We moved. Like, you can get rid of all this stuff that you don't want. I can delete that. There I am now. Like, you can speed yourself up by this timer button. You can make yourself go really fast. Ooh, look at me go. But you can add music. You can make it fit the screen a little bit better. Like, there's just so many things you can do with this app. I love it, and it just uploads really fast, and I've used it a lot. I've used it from the very beginning. I think that's the best one for me anyways. Other girls might have different ones. You know, I've tried Video Shop, I've tried all these other ones, but for me, I just go back to iMovie. Anyways, that is my little tutorial on those things. I hope that helps. And if I find Snapseed to be better, you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be sharing it with you guys. Bye, guys.